one moment. That's all it took for my entire world to be split apart. At the age of 14, my parents had been taken away from me. Life in the space of a single breath had been forever altered. I remember I came home from school one day and I unlocked the front door and I crept inside and I didn't hear any of the usual noises I hear after school. It was like my whole world had just stopped. Mommy, Papi, I'm home. Mommy, Papi, I'm back. Where is everybody? Mommy, Papi. No. Neighbor had came over to tell me that my parents had been arrested. At the age of 14, when the authorities made the choice to detain my parents, no one bothered to check on the little girl, on the minor, on the citizen of this country who would be left without a home, without a family, without a way to move forward. My whole world had been forever changed. The Pew Research Center reports that there are over 11 million undocumented immigrants in America, and every day an average of 17 children are placed in state care because their parents are detained and deported. And such is the case for Diane, whose story reflects on being scared, alone, and afraid. Diane reminds us that behind every statistic is a human being that deserves our humanity. In the Country We Love by Diane Guerrero. Deported. Long before I fully understood what that word meant, I'd learned to dread it because when you come from a family of undocumented immigrant parents, you learn to keep your mouth shut. Because you'll get the occasional question, where are you from? I never knew how to answer that question because I never wanted the police at my doorstep. And still, some of my former high school classmates, they'll come up to me and they'll tell me, I didn't know you were going through that. I mean, you never talked about it. If only I knew. Only you knew. What child wants the whole world to know that their parents were thrown into custody? None. Because it's mortifying. Our whole lives revolved around my parents' quest for citizenship since I was born and until that day. But we were too poor to afford any real help, so we did the best that we could. We pleaded and we planned and we prayed, but none of their efforts were enough to keep them here in the country that we love. Hello? I had short conversations with mommy and papi, and it normally ended up the same way. It was a string of apologies from the both of them and instructions on what to do or who to call. But I was exhausted. I mean, can you imagine what a 5 or an 8-year-old would feel like going through any of this? Because I can. No matter where we may stand on the issues of immigration, one thing's for certain. Our government shouldn't abandon its children. For more than a decade, I've relived that moment over and over and over again in my head, and it was like a nightmare that never, ever truly stopped. The last day, I saw my parents in the visitation area with the detainees, those words when my mommy had just been my mommy, my papi had just been my papi. My mommy who combed my hair and made sure my teeth were brushed, and my papi who'd never run a red light or jaywalked, found themselves in a place like this, labeled a prisoner, a detainee. Seeing them in that orange jumpsuit was one of the hardest moments I ever had to endure. I remember when I saw my dad, I hardly ever recognized him. I mean, he lost at least 15 pounds. In his eyes, I saw the look of defeat, despair, resignation. I didn't recognize my own father, my best friend. And I remember my mommy, she put her hands on the barrier and she said, "Mi niña, no llores más. Sé fuerte. Be strong. Te amo. I love you. Don't be scared." And I was angry at my parents and at the government and at everyone, because why was I alone? Why was I alone? Before I knew it, the bell rung to end our time. And the guard next to me, he told me to wrap it up, and why do you have to put those handcuffs on them? Please. They didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Please. Please let them off. We won't tell anyone. We promise we won't tell anyone. Mommy, Papi, please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please. What am I gonna do without you? That was the last time I ever saw my parents again. To my mommy and to my papi, I promise to never stop fighting for us. Ever.